Hello everybody, this is BScout100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the Grand Turnabout. In the previous episode, we had done some more investigating. We got a call from the kidnapper, and, well, it was a person in the red hood. Plus, we also met Gumshoe, who is back on our team, which is great. So now we are going to find the kidnapper's whereabouts. If you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join in on this investigation. Let's go and talk to Gumshoe one more time. Detective Gumshoe, please tell me what you've found in your investigation so far. Roger, leave it to me, sir. I have 3 things to report. First up, it's about Kay's clothes that were being sent to the crime lab. Traces of an extremely powerful sleeping drug called Sleepy ZZZ were found on them. That means after Kay was drugged at Gold Lake, she was brought to the roof of the Grand Tower. That's right, sir. Now for item number 2. The footage from the security camera at the Grand Tower's elevator. The footage that captured President Huang and Judge Courtney going up to the roof. The elevator is generally the only way to get up to the rooftop, and if the elevator was used, the person who used it would be caught on camera. Exactly. In other words, if you look over the footage from a couple of days ago, you should be able to see an unconscious Kay being carried up to the roof. Then Gummy, does that mean you... I checked out all the footage from before the incident 2 days ago on Fast Forward. I see, and the results? Well, actually, nothing came up, sir. Kay never showed up on the tape at all. It was unexpected. This won't be so easy. How was Kay brought up to the roof of the tower? Let's take a moment to carefully consider the possibilities. Well then, let's hear your third and final report. Yes, sir. Last but not least, the most important thing to report. I'm so happy to be able to investigate with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm gonna give it up my all to arrest the culprit. That's all, sir. I apologize for putting you through so much, Detective. However, that was your most important report. It had nothing to do with the case at all. I would have preferred something that was actually useful. That merciless attitude, that's the Mr. Edgeworth I know, sir. Alright, what do you know about the kidnapping? A young boy has been kidnapped. I want you to help us search for him. Kidnapping, sir? The victim is a boy by the name of John Marsh. Ah, the kid with the horns. Yes, do you know about him? I saw that boy myself, sir. Was that this morning? That's right. He came out of that trailer over there. And then... he walked towards the garbage pickup area. The garbage pickup area? That's right over there, pal. That's where all the trash from the Grand Tower's offices is collected. I don't know what happened after that, since I left the place around then. Seems we must investigate the garbage pickup area. We only have so much time left. Gummy said that John headed towards the garbage pickup area. Indeed, there might be some traces of him left behind. I won't rest until yada yada yada. Oh, his milk. This milk carton it's the one John was drinking out of. There's no mistake, something must have happened to John here. The garbage pickup time is 11 AM, so that's why there's no trash. When I looked here earlier, the place was overflowing with garbage, sir. Looks like today is the day when the bulk waste is collected during garbage pickup. There really were a lot of bulk items placed here, sir. Pal. The garbage truck compactor can crush any kinds of garbage to dust. Now it seems in the case of bulk waste, it is transported as it is without being crushed. Huh. What do you know about how bulk waste is disposed of, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe Mr. Shields, in order to In order to accomplish his Mr. Edgeworth acquisition plan, send in something like a moving... What? Something like a moving process instructional brochure. There are times when you're so sharp it's scary, although they're few and far between. Combining with Detective Gumshoe's testimony, the chances are high that John was attacked at the garbage pickup area. If it was here, then there wouldn't be many witnesses. But why would John have come to a place like this? It would be natural to think that he came here to throw something away. We have no way of knowing since the garbage truck has already collected everything. Looks like the garbage pickup area is locked. And probably to prevent people outside of the Grand Tower from disposing of the trash here. Alright. Garbage pickup area. I wonder. Yes! The only vehicles that came through this plaza this morning were the taxi and the blue truck. And Mr. DeBest was kidnapped in that taxi. Yes, meanwhile John was attacked in the garbage pickup area. And the garbage was collected from there at 11 AM. Ah, I've got it, sir! The blue truck was actually... That's right. The blue truck that came through the plaza was a garbage truck. However, be that as it may, the officer who gave us this information made no mention that the blue truck was a garbage truck. Talk about careless. How could someone mistake a garbage truck for a normal truck? It's not okay. Today was the day of the collection of bulk waste. I suspect it was for a standard... I suspect it was a standard truck without a trash compactor that came by to collect the trash. John was taken away by this garbage truck. And where did the garbage trucks go? To the dump, of course. Hold up. The culprit was disguised as a... Oh. Sorry. We just had a brief power flicker and the thunder just started. Oh boy. Was disguised as a garbage collector, right? Then the truck was probably fake too. How do we know they really went to the dump? No, the garbage truck should have been real. Huh? But why is that? That will be made clear if you simply take a look at the garbage pickup area. This shows that the garbage truck John was kidnapped in was real. Take that. There's something important there? Lock? The garbage pickup area is locked. Here we go. Here we go again. Bless me. Only a real garbage collector would have unlocked it to collect the trash. Precisely. We should assume that the genuine garbage truck was used. For example, the kidnapper could have put John into a large cardboard box. The box was mixed in with the rest of the bulk waste. The garbage collector would have carried John away without even knowing it. Exactly. The culprit would then lie in wait at the garbage dump, and if they said, "I threw it away by mistake," the box would be returned to them. Any garbage dumps nearby? Let's see. Ah, there's two of them. So which garbage dump was he taken to? Could there be a hint in any of the information I hold? Yes, there is, actually. Near the Coliseum. Because the fireworks can be heard from there. Sorry, I have phlegm. Based on the explosion sound we heard from the kidnapper's phone, we know that John is being confined at some place in the vicinity of the Colosseum. One of the garbage dumps is right next to the Colosseum. John was almost certainly taken there. In which case, the place he is being confined to must also be somewhere close by. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir! Could I ask you to search the area around this garbage dump? You don't have to ask me like we're strangers, sir. It feels so distant. Please just order me around like you normally do. Are you sure, Detective? Right now I'm not a prosecutor. Didn't I tell you, sir? Detectives don't just investigate for the sake of prosecutors. You are my thanks, Detective. Mr. Edgeworth, look, it's almost time. Yes, it would be best if we hurry. They should also be at their limit. Detective Gumshoe, I'm counting on you. Leave it to me, sir. This may be an unofficial investigation, but I'll call it in all my pals from the station to help. I'll help too. Seeing John back is my job after all. I will be returning to the courtroom. I may be able to draw out some more time. Okay. Well then, in the depths of night. Clock just struck 2. We have to hurry. Yes, sir. An introduction. When no other bird dares take flight. Well, if it isn't former Prosecutor Edgeworth. He's the best. Witness, face forward, we're not done talking yet. Like I said, you see, when exactly what I've needed the help of that person. Why exactly what I've needed to help that person out, Your Honor? You know, it's a crying shame. Having a beautiful woman declared guilty. Honestly, it brings tears to my eyes. Wait a minute, wasn't that burned off of him? Wasn't that fake wig burned off of him in the last case? Whatever. But you see, there's no reason for me to go out of my way to hide evidence to save her. However, we still have the testimony of your son, Prosecutor the Best. He testified that he handed over the evidence to you. Well, I haven't the slightest clue what he was talking about. I simply can't imagine why Sebastian would have said something like that, you know. Feels good to be back in a— oh shit! Seriously? Ugh. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. That was just stupid. I put in a save state down here, just in case something like that happens again. What if there's evidence that shows your connection with Warden Rowland? And just what do you think you're doing, former Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was under the impression that you were no longer in any position to stand in court. Miles Edgeworth, how dare you barge into my prosecutor's bench? Francisca, I'm sorry. I need you to lend me that bench for a little while. What are you saying? Judge Courtney, I brought vital evidence related to this case. Your Honor, please allow me to testify. She'd never allow it. Courtney Pie, Uncle Ray also asked that he be allowed to testify. There are no objections from the prosecution either, right? Understood. The prosecution also has no objections. There's no way that you can allow something like this, you know? It's high-handed methods. Surely are enough to warrant being held in contempt of court, wouldn't you say, Courtney? As long as John is still in danger, Judge Courtney cannot rule against the warden. I must convey to her somehow that the search for her son is progressing. Judge Courtney, I ask that you have faith in me and my assistance. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out searching for the most important piece of evidence. It's a waste of time. There's no such evidence. Are you stalling for time? How disgraceful. Most important piece of evidence, huh? Courtney Pye? I don't really know what that evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still a great thief you ought to grasp to. Somehow it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, we've already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. I understand. I shall give you special permission to testify. Thank you, Your Honor. This is ridiculous! This is vital evidence that you have found. Please present it to the court. Blaze the Best and Patricia Rowland are somehow connected. Allow me to present that evidence that proves it. Here we go. Take that! This document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. Certain man? That man being the late Horace Knightley. And the one who interrogated him was the defendant in this trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means she was the interrogate... Wait. That was the interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. And that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. Miles Edgeworth, just now you referred to that document as a written report. Now, just who in the world was that written report for? I thought you might ask that, Francisca. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. You found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor? The storeroom for the black market auction? Indeed, and the conductor of the auction was you, Blaze the Best. You received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. On the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to the case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. What? It is yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Oh? Have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I've already proved it back then, did I not? I will not deny that I was bested by you. However, that was at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is possible, you see. Until it has been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auction. You can't prove that document was addressed to me. Logic is twisted. It's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? It was quite unlike you to allow former Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know. It saddens me, you know, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. In fact, I'm so upset by this, I may have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know. It's as you say. Something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. I will have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So, you're saying the truth can be distorted in court as long as it's for your sake. What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know. If the not guilty verdict is handed down, that becomes truth. That is as it is, you see. It's useless. There's nothing we can do until the missing evidence turns up. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know. Oh shit. Who raised an objection just now? Pops. Sebastian. Why did you come back here now of all times? Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just fair value, what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was, such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed. Well... Sebastian, you still don't get it, do you know? This court has no place for a sniveling child such as yourself. Pops, I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. So, please. Excuse me? Let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, I didn't think he would come back. What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Pops. Come on, now what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? Return to the witness stand. What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? Naturally, the defense had no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor. Continue with the proceedings. That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? Blake still believes that he was the one who kidnapped John. As long as John still has been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze. Nothing else will change that. That sound is... a cell phone. My phone as well. Uncle Ray's phone is also... Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Shields! We found John, sir! We rescued John. Excellent work, Detective. The kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. Huh. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful, and come home safe. Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content. Ha! You're kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know. Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor de Best as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honor. Sebastian de Best. Yes, Miss Von Karma. I leave the rest to you. Huh? Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out. From the gallery. Now then, allow me to ask once more. Is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor de Best, what is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor.
You mean they've finally been found?
Prosecutor to the best, is this true? The knife and chisel. I wasn't able to find them. I searched and searched, I really did, but it was already too late.
Too late? What do you mean?
I remembered. This morning when I passed my Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in a newspaper. Pops, where are you going?
Sebastian. Just taking out some trash.
At that moment, I heard it. The faint sound of a bell.
Could that sound have been any chance?
The bell attached to Jogan's chisel. In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence. I searched for it, but I didn't make it in time. I'm sorry.
Where exactly did you search for it?
In the garbage dump. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there. Isn't that Sebastian? Oh. So at that time, he had gone to the garbage dump. But, this was all I can find. Is this... smells rather peculiar.
Now that you mention it, there's kind of a funky smell coming from you as well.
What do you expect? I was digging through garbage. And what of the knife? I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash. But I couldn't find it by myself. I understand. I shall accept this into evidence.
Well done, Sebastian. You never betray my expectations, you know. You search so desperately through the garbage, and that's all you have to show for it. Excuse me. Oh, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already. It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet. I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know. I'm counting on you, Sebastian Miles. Show him that the truth can be exposed in court and taken down.
Mr. Shields is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Prosecutor to best. Let's take a closer look at that evidence. Right. Let's take a look. Ah. Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. This is the bell that was attached to Dogan's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it? It's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it. What did you find, Prosecutor to best?
Did you even find anything?
Darn it.
Of course you'd find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know. All it is trash. It may be sad, but it's the truth, you see.
Were Sebastian's efforts all for naught? Indeed, this bell does not seem valid evidence. However... Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up?
Calm as always, Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian here.
Well then, is the prosecution finished with his argument? Justine, not yet. We're not through yet. There's still something we haven't examined.
You're still not giving up. Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know.
It seems Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. I was just thinking the exact same thing. The last item remaining. Is it trash or is it evidence? If we don't examine it, we'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is the newspaper. I know exactly where this is going. No, I'm not done yet. The newspaper that the bell was wrapped in. It seems that Sebastian has the same idea I do.
Wow, it's just wonderful, you know.
so wonderful as to cry for? Is it desperation or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to pin all your hopes on a worthless scrap of newspaper? We won't know for sure whether or not it's worthless until we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it post-haste. And we will examine it next time. Or not. I cannot save, so let's keep going. Ah! Is this a handprint? There's something greasy on here too. Is it oil? Judge Courtney, we'd like to request a fingerprint analysis on this paper. Could you please summon someone from forensics? Your request is accepted. Contact the lab at once.
Reporting. These are definitely fingerprints.
Thanks.
However, it's from a glove.
What?
Didn't I tell you? It's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper. Just think about it, you know, when handling important evidence. What kind of idiot wouldn't use gloves? Oh wait, wouldn't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up? It's pretty harsh talking to your son like that. What's wrong with calling an idiot an idiot? If you want the best, you'll have to be heartless. I have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son.
Pops,
You know, you've always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? Didn't I explain this to you this morning when you were a genius up until now? That's right, it was all because of me, because of my authority. You were always being protected by people like Courtney. And me. Now get that stinking face of yours out of my sight.
stinking.
You know, now that I think about it, that stench might just suit you perfectly. Just keep it away from my nose, or my eyes will start watering.
Wrong. You're wrong, Pops.
Sebastian, what are you talking about?
You're the one who stinks, Pops. It's you, not me.
What?
You haven't noticed, have you? You smell, Pops. So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Edgeworth, try smelling that handprint on the newspaper. The smell. It smells like oil. I know something that just smells like it.
Come to think of it, back then.
It smells like motor oil. Ah! There you go, the best. That's right, the smell proves it. It proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was... It's no good. I guess I can't become the best after all. I'm too soft. I could never be so heartless. I just can't bring down my father with my own hands. Prosecutor the best. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Wasn't that what you decided? We are prosecutors, and as prosecutors we stand in the courtroom. In that case, isn't it our duty to shed light on the truth? Exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice, even if the criminal is your own father. That is your duty as a prosecutor. Didn't I promise you that if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way? And if you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to present the evidence that connects this handprint with my father. Take that! This is the smell of motor oil, the kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled this exact same smell before. Blaze the best, it was in your garage. And wouldn't you say that these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape? 5 letters that spell out death. It's the exact same thing as your own gloves. Ha!
You can buy gloves like that from anywhere. That doesn't prove a thing.
Is that really the case? That's not the only thing these two pieces of evidence have in common. The fingerprints on the newspaper that was used to wrap the bell. And Blaze's mechanic's gloves. This is the unmistakable similarity they both share. Take that! Uh-oh. Shit. The fingerprints? Hold on a minute. It's the dirt, right? Come on, don't. Alright, what the hell? Oh wait, hold on. Don't fuck this up here. Alright, I know it's the dirt. It's just in a specific spot. Alright, let me take a look at it again. The letters and the handprint, right? Or we're still looking at the fingerprints. Okay, that's it. If you examine the imprint left on by the letter A, you see it's unmistakable from this glove. I thought it was the dirt, okay? Alright. What? That's not all. There's one more item we must take note of, namely these dirt stains. Are you kidding me? Alright. I suggest we do a comparative analysis of the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove. If the contents match up, then it will prove to be decisive evidence. Bailiff, please have these dirt samples sent to forensics for an immediate analysis.
Edgeworth, Sebastian! You lowly prosecutors, do you have any idea who I am?
Pops, you can't run away anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover for the defendant.
You're saying that I'm guilty? Then I'll be sent to prison? Me? Blaze the best? A couple of snot-nosed punks are gonna make me disappear? There must be some mistake.
Be a man and admit to your crimes.
Do you really think you can survive if I'm not around?
I'll be fine now. I thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your men and stuck in that dark room, I started thinking. I am truly powerless. I despaired and averted my eyes from the truth, but... at that moment, Mr. Edgeworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now I am no longer just a child chasing after his father's approval. I become capable. I can find the evidence all on my own now.
My man kidnapped you. Why were you...
Pops, I'll show you the truth you never knew. Through this trial.
Sebastian? How dare you speak to me like that? You should have stayed as an idiot's son.
You hated me to the very end, Pops. But I've always looked up to you. Thank you for everything up until now. And goodbye.
You? Since when did you... all you've ever been to do is depend on me. Sebastian!
has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaise de Best himself. A judgment regarding his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once a search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered. The knife will be found? What will happen to me if it's found?
No need to worry. You'll simply receive the punishment you deserve for your crime.
Punishment? For me? Blaise, what in the world are you doing? You! After all your boasting about being able to create your own truths and not guilty verdicts. That's why I contacted you immediately after the prison incident in the first place. You make matters worse. You even kidnapped the wrong kid. Can't believe this. You really are completely useless.
That was certainly a violent outburst. But you heard her, Prosecutor de Best.
Yeah, she got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right?
Indeed. That's correct. He still doesn't seem very sure of himself.
Very well. And with that, the court is adjourned.
Seriously?
What?
Huh?
Who are you?
Just kill me. It's still too early for a happy ending. And this is where we're going to end off the episode.
In the next episode of Miles Edgeworth AAI2 Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the Grand Turnabout, we are going to find out what the hell Lang is doing here.
See you guys later.